Hey guys, today's video is about OLAP operation, which is how we manipulate data in data warehouse. We'll go through 4 basic operations: roll up, drill down, slice and dice, and pivot. The first one is roll up. There are 2 ways to roll up the data. Dimension reduction removes the whole dimension, but climbing up the concept hierarchy only reduces the number of data points in one dimension. We start with dimension reduction. To remove the whole dimension, we aggregate it. Say we have these 2-dimensional data, name and month. Our goal is to remove the name dimension. Here's the result. There is no name information anymore. Only month dimension is left. To illustrate, this green box shows the data for February after dimension reduction. In fact, this value is just the aggregation of all the values in February in the original data, and that's how we remove a dimension through aggregation. The second one is climbing up the concept hierarchy, where the number of dimensions remains the same. Only the number of data points along one dimension reduces. Again, we have this name and month data, and we want to climb up the hierarchy in the name attribute. The most intuitive hierarchy is gender. I'm not implying that female is better than male or male is better than female. It's just a natural way to categorize human. So, John and Henry are male, and Jennifer is female. Here's the result. The significant change is in the male, where we aggregate the data for John and Henry. To be more specific, the concept we have is people, but we kind of move from individual to a broader category, gender. The next operation is drill down. Drill down is just the reverse of roll up, so I hope it will be quite straightforward. It also has 2 methods, introducing extra dimension and stepping down concept hierarchy. How to introduce an extra dimension? Say, we have this 1-dimensional data with only month information. We add the extra name dimension, including John, Henry, and Jennifer. As you might expect, we must have this name dimension stored in our database to do such operation, so it's not always available. Second, stepping down concept hierarchy requires the dimension to exist. Say, we have these 2-dimensional data, gender and month. We step down the concept hierarchy from gender to individuals, but the basic structure of data is the same. The number of dimensions is still 2. Alright, let's move on to slice and dice. Both slice and dice cut out a subcube, but in a slightly different way. Slice cuts off 1 dimension of the cube. Say we have 3-dimensional cube. The dimensions are A, B, and C. What slice do is to remove dimension A, so we now have a 2-dimensional surface. The difference between slice and roll up is that we didn't do aggregation when slicing. It's more like a selection of dimensions. So, both of them reduce the dimension of data, but roll up uses aggregation, slice uses selection. Second, dice selects multiple fixed values from a dimension. So we now select values on single dimension, not select the dimensions itself. Again, we have this 3-dimensional cube. Say we only select the half of values in dimension A, so the red part should be removed. The result looks like this. It's just a smaller version of the original cube. The takeaway message is that all the dimensions are preserved, but the sizes of some dimensions change. The last operation is pivot. Pivot is an alternative presentation of data. In other words, all the data remains the same. We don't abandon some data or remove the dimension. Everything is kept. For example, we have this 2-dimensional data with dimensions A and B. In this case, pivot rotates the data by 90 degrees. As you can see, the positions of axes change. Therefore, pivot doesn't modify any data. It simply provides another way to visualize the data, because people have different habits about how they interpret the table. Some may prefer looking at the data horizontally, others might prefer vertically. That's the 4 basic OLAP operations. Thank you for watching my video and see you next time.